be making the big dollars like Jet Lawrence. And so oftentimes, so many of these riders, they dedicate their entire childhood and they're not able to continue racing. So on track, trying to help with that as there we go. Wow, look at that. That was quite the hole shot there. How about it?
It sure was a huge hole shot there. We'll see if we can get the numbers on that one. But he is going to be overtaking our hole shot artist, not able to hang on to it. That was the number 22 of Tucker Pavlich there on his Cobra. Out of Minnesota, getting it done there on the hole shot. But it looks like our new leader is going to be the number 96. Let me take a look here and see who that is. That is going to be Ashper Hall. That's a familiar name here at Loretta Lynn's. He is out of Morganton, North Carolina, and he is leading this way around here in the Micro 3 class with quite a lead already as he makes his way into Storyland here.
So a good, clean run through the 10 Commandments. That one rider that went down early, he's got that back fender up at 12 o'clock. He is not catching any roost, but good to see he is back up and rolling out here for this Micro 3 race number 1 as the field heads back into Storyland.
And Zach, speaking of him, he knows he has got to go, and that is exactly what he is doing. You can catch him out there in that on that red bike with the red helmet going down in the first corner. We'll see how he is able to make it up through the pack here in this one.
And look at your leader skying it out, coming into that Rocky Mountain sand section for the first time. And he is high flying out front. There we go, on screen, getting a look at your leader.
That is going to be the number 96 of Ashford Hall.
And then you got the rest of that group there. He's kind of separated himself already here as they get ready to complete lap number 1. But tight racing there for second, third, all the way back to probably about that top 5, top 10 line or so. They are really bunched up here early in Micro 3. Taking a glance out the window, some of these riders skying out this big jump. Somebody's got to tell them these 50s don't quite have enough to make the whole triple, because I think they're going for it as we got 2 riders trying to fight over one line, getting ready to come across the finish line for the first time. So now getting a look at updated timing and scoring here. Ashper Hall in that first place spot with Levi Geist there in the second spot. Kason Taylor now checking in third place with Shannon Tarnow holding down 4th. Cooper Langdon sits in the 5th place spot, and Jacob Mariner 6th. Tucker Pavlock there in 7th. Braxton Gauthier 8th. Maverick Gresham Lewis in the 9th place spot, and Tyler Hinton rounding out your top 10.
And Zach, something to mention about Ashper Hall. He got 3rd overall in the Micro E last year, going 8-2-1 in his moto, so he left the ranch on a good note last year in the Micro E, and he is picking up right where he left off here in the Micro 3.
And we can't stress it enough, Jackson, how much of an advantage the experience out here at Loretta's is going to give him. Clearly already figuring out, I got to get a hole shot and I got to get away early here, as your leader is checking out right now in Micro 3.
Yeah, Zach, like you're saying, he is familiar with this track. He is no stranger to the Loretta Lynn's course. And at such a young age, that gives such an advantage.
And we got a battle neck and neck there for second place. They were side by side through majority of the Commandments. Now a couple more riders trying to get into the mix as well. There are positions swapping all over the place. Levi Geist, Kason Taylor, Shannon Tarnow, Cooper Langdon. I believe Jacob Mariner is also here in this front mix for that, basically for the second position. You're liable to go from about 6th to 2nd in one corner here in Micro 3.
And Zach, you were not kidding. We have a battle on our hands here for that 2nd, 3rd, 4th place position. And look at the style these little guys are throwing out here in the Micro 3 class.
Look, we just had one of our micro riders doubling through the Commandments out here. They talk about, Blake even mentioned it earlier, this Stasic generation is coming up. They've got technical skills. They've got tons of comfort on the motorcycles, and they are looking good. As one rider gets a little sideways coming through that Rocky Mountain sand section.
Up and over the Rocky Mountain they go. Heading out of the Rocky Mountain, making their way toward the Polysport Pond Sand Sweeper. And Zach, I can only imagine how hard it is to make it through these sand here for these micro.
Oh yeah, I couldn't, look at that. One rider going airborne, trying to jump through the rollers on that far inside line. And that's what I was just about to say. These riders are extremely smart. They're picking and choosing, not the far outside, but they're just staying out of those main super deep ruts. These micro riders, they're smart just as much as they are fast.
Yeah, Zach, they prep that outside before we let our micros go, but you see some of them heading to that inside to try to make a pass there in this sand sweeper turn.
Riders jumping up and over the tunnel of love, or the tunnel of you girls are gross, I believe is how Kevin Kelly addressed it here in this race. Cooties, the girls have cooties tunnel there. And right now your leader, no problem. One rider here in this Thor sand sweeper looking for the motorcycle, got tossed off of it. He's back up and rolling. And Jackson, that's another thing we haven't talked about. These kids are tough. I have seen some big get-offs, riders flying through the air, and it's like they're made out of rubber. They just hop back up and jump back on the bike. They want to go racing.
And speaking of jumping right back up, I saw the number 35 come up with that back fender straight up in the air. That is Lincoln Waggers. Shout out to him. Had a get off there, got back on the bike, mounted a charge, and he is making his way up now.
Yeah, no quit out of the number 35 machine. Currently shown in the back end of the pack, but he's not giving up. We all know how important that is out here. You never know what can happen before the rest of the race is complete. So taking a look here. Wow, look at that. 3 different lines coming out of that corner, and all of them pay off. You take a little bit shorter of a line when you're running the inside, but these 50s, it's so crucial to keep that momentum up. Slingshotting around the outside, look to pay off there.
Shout out to Cooper Langdon in second. His brother was just in a podium earlier, I believe, in the P-Dub class. So clearly the Langdon family out of California doing something right. They might get 2 brothers on 50cc podiums at the end of the day today. Cooper's in second and a little bit quicker than Absher Hall, your leader. He's trying to close the gap.
Well, nobody wants to be the brother that didn't make it on the podium.
That's true. That's true. Right. So there's some motivation for Cooper.
He's like,
Taylor third.
I'm going to have to hear about this if I go back to the trailer without a medal.
I'm better than you. Shut up, man.
Gosh, Mom.
That battle we saw back there, Case and Taylor third, then Levi Geis, Cannon, Zabadik, Shannon Tarnow, Jacob Mariner. These are already some established names here at Loretta's, and they're in a battle right now.
Kind of crazy to think we're looking at a 7 to 8-year-old class, and many of these guys are seasoned vets basically out here at the ranch, been racing, some of them as early as 4 years old out here.
Oh yeah, you can really see how these kids are just controlling this bike with a lot of speed and just really having more power than anything. Like coming through this Polysport Pond sweeper right here, these whoops are treacherous, even for these big 450s, and these kids are just holding to it.
It's impressive. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just sitting here looking. They're launching into this sand as well. There's no like, oh, here comes the sand section. Let me take it easy. They are wheels off the ground, flying into these braking bumps with no hesitation, no fear out of these kids. All hard out here.
Oh yeah, and at that age, you can't have fear, because if you do, you're going to be in dead last. And that goes for the rest of the races, all the way up to the freaking pro sports.
And these kids, they may be building a dirt track before the moto. They might be building a replica Loretta Lynn's course at their RV. They're playing with the toy bikes, figuring out lines, and then they're executing out here in the Micro 3 class. Yeah, MX versus ATV Legends got the Loretta. I'm not a video game, Jackson. I didn't realize that. That's awesome. So they could literally be practicing on track and off track as well here for this Loretta Lynn's race, as we got 3 riders almost side by side coming out. Weege is as close to the screen as he can get. I can't see the numbers either. So it looks like it's Levi Geis on screen somewhere. So the battle is somewhere around this top 5. Okay, so Zabanik is the man on the move. Detective Wygant figuring it out here.
Squinting, extreme squinting. Got the numbers. We mentioned those mailbox size numbers on these bikes. So Zabadik, who is a rider who we've seen in the podium at Loretta's before on the 55, there he is at the front of this group now. He has climbed up to 4th, and he wants to get after Case and Taylor and making a podium run. Oh, big swap and a rider down. That might have been Mariner. Not sure which rider that was. That went down in the sand.
That micro class has been struggling here through that Rocky Mountain sand section. It's just so deep. If you don't get on one of those smooth tracks that the track crew was able to put together, it just seems like it reaches up and grabs you.
Oh, bummer deal there, because the 3 moto format is going to be hard to bounce back. The pack is so close in this class. One mistake like that, you could lose 5-6 positions, and that's going to be hard to bounce back from for the overall. 5.5 minutes left in this one. I thought that Cooper Langdon was going to make a run. He's got it down to 3 seconds on your leader, Absher Hall. He's going a little bit quicker, but still 3 seconds to make up. Absher Hall coming across on the 96. Waiting on Langdon. Oh, Langdon did it. He's right there. That's Langdon. He ran a 2:26, where Hall ran a 2:29. So I believe that's the leaders that we're watching behind the billboards here, and we're going to have a duel for the lead.
So how about the number 55, the man on the move? I believe he was outside the top 5 at one point, just picking him off.
Oh, yeah, that was actually Zabinek. It's not Langdon. It's Zabinek who moved the second with that fast lap time, so he's the one that's going to challenge Hall.
Just kind of popped out of nowhere there.
Yeah. There's Langdon in the 14. He's now third because Zabinek got by him, and Levi Geis is right behind. Already wrapping this one up.
I'm trying to see here. I see the card is vertical. We're going to have to set up a private GoPro just to find out whether or not the card is out yet or not. And I can't quite decide. Looks like it may be. If not, probably about 3 laps left to go, which means question is whether or not it's going to be enough for Cannon Zabinek to make the move. He is just about 2.7 seconds behind your leader, Absher Hall, right now on the 96. So there it is. Look at that. Ask and you shall receive. Adam Gordon, what a guy. Getting that 2-lap card. And so here we go. We're in the closing stages of this final race out here for Micro 3 7-8 Limited. Absher Hall leads the way. Cannon Zabinek, the man on the move, sitting in second.
Looks like Cannon's really just trying to close that gap up here in these last couple laps, and he may be able to do it. He's been picking them off left and right. So let's see if he can't pick off this last guy right here.
Without a doubt. I'm going to do a quick run through here on your top 10. So it is Cooper Langdon holding down on that final podium spot at the moment. Levi Geis sits in 4th with Jacob Mariner in 5th. Then it's going to be Maverick Gresham Lewis moving up into the 6th place spot. Shannon Tarnow finds himself in 7th on the 71. Talon Rogers in 8th. Mason Dixon on 9th. And Mason Dixon on the line, not that line, but Talon Henson rounding out your top 10 here in the Micro 3 class at the moment. Still got a couple laps to go, about a lap and a half or so. And so we will see how this one shakes out. Checking back on your screen there, riders getting ready to make their way past the finish line once again. And they're going to begin the white flag. White flag is in the air, 1 lap to go here for Micro 3. Got this beautiful overhead sight thanks to Gabe, our drone pilot out there, getting the shots. Really fun to see the way these riders choose inside, choose outside. They start on the outside, then they move over to the inside by the end of the straightaway, getting to see the ins and outs. And here we go, a close-in battle. There is the 96 with the 55 breathing down his neck. Blake, it doesn't get more exciting than this.
No, it doesn't. He's only got about a Absher Hall has about a second gap on Cannon Zabinek.
And as we get a look at your riders coming towards the camera there, Hall running that middle line. Zabinek running far up the left-hand side, trying to find some smooth real estate. There we go. Zabinek cuts to the inside, and he's going to try to get a drive through the 10 Commandments. Look at these guys doubling out, double, all the way through, and then singling out into the Commandments. And I think Zabinek made up a little bit of ground there through that rhythm section. This could get close, headed back into Storyland. So here we go. Zabinek dives to the inside. They're going to come out almost side by side. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the number 55. He is not following. Absolutely crucial, especially out here at Loretta's. How many times throughout the day today have we seen riders running into another guy in front of them because they followed him through the rut? The 96 goes to the outside. You can bet Cannon Zabinek's going to duck a little bit to the inside. He's going to try a different line because he does not want to follow. He wants to make a pass.
Oh, yeah, we've seen him do it multiple times. Just cut to that inside. Just really just try and make up the tenth of a second that he can.
And this one's going to be one to watch. This section right here, the Rocky Mountain Sand section, they're getting ready to go up and over the Rocky Mountain. And usually that corner right there is what these 50s have been struggling with. It seems to just get them almost every time. We've only got a couple of corners left. Some lap traffic in front of them as well. We'll see if this plays into the finish. So here we go. We're going to follow this battle all the way to the finish line. They come launching by the tower for the final time. Your two leaders almost side by side coming around the Polysport Pond. They got 3 lap riders just in front of them. We lose sight of them for just a second. Here they go. They're both coming to the outside. Zabanek tries to run a hotline. They're side by side coming to the checkered flag. This could be. Oh, that's the lap rider. There it is. He gets it done. A fist in the air.
The 96 of Ashbur Hall has taken the
Ashbur Hall grabbing that Micro 3 7-8 limited win. And then Zabanek, look at that, 0.1.2 seconds. 1.2 seconds the difference there coming to the line. How about it for the number 34, Levi Geist? Last I saw he was sitting in the 5th place spot. He works his way up to the final podium position here in Micro 3. Kira, how are we seeing the rest of the top 5 finish?
In 4th place, we have number 36, Maverick Lewis. And rounding out our top 5 in 5th place, we have the number 4, Jacob Mariner.
So a solid ride from the 36 and the number 4 there. Looking like the rest of the top 10 going to check in now. It's Cooper Langdon holding down that 6th place spot. Talon Rogers in 7th. Then it's going to be Shannon Tarnow in the 8th place spot. Talon Henson in 9th. And Mason Dixon in that final 10th place spot there, or final spot in the top 10, I should say. And as we see on screen there, the number 96 getting a little post-race briefing there before he catches up with our very own Jason White.
And spectacular ride, holding up strong under pressure. I know he wanted this one bad. The gold medal. Let's hear it for Absher Hall. Great job, Absher. That was the definition of riding your own race out front. There were battles behind you. Kept your head down. How did you manage to focus forward and not think about, I mean, there were big battles behind you, but did you ever even think about that?
No, I just kept pushing until the checker flag. And that's just how you win, just keep pushing and pushing.
You did it. That's how you do it, Absher. Hey, where do you do your riding, man?
At Daxton Minnick's compound.
Not a bad place to do your riding, no doubt about it. Who do you want to thank?
God for keeping me safe. Cobra Elite Factory Racing, Dunlop Tires, Bruce Graphics, Skull Candy, OGO, Carolina Cobra Connection, VP Racing Fuels, AYOT Racing, Scott Goggles, Coker Pump, and everyone that I can think of. Oh, PR2 too.
All right, let's hear it for Absher Hall taking the Moto win. That was awesome. Good race. That one came right down to the wire there at the end. Absher Hall holds on after grabbing the lead pretty early in it. All right, Absher, you can go hang out. You earned your gold. And we'll bring up our 2nd place finisher, a great charge, and making it pretty close there at the end. Silver medal. We'll see a rematch between a bunch of these riders in Moto number 2. But for now, a silver medal for Cannon Zabanek. Dude, you are rolling. About halfway through that Moto, did you start feeling it? You were going real fast.
Yeah, I got 42nd gate pit and gate 42.
Woo! Were you on the outside?
Yeah,
How bad was the start?
not too bad.
Oh, okay. Happy with the 2nd then, considering that?
No.
You want to win?
Yeah.
All right, we'll give you 2 more Motos to take a shot at that. Who do you want to thank, Cannon?
Mom, Dad, MTC, Cometic, 7, Audra, Boost, Cobra Elite, Jeff, 100%, Nathan, Daniel, Patrick Thomas, Jackson, Madden, Chance, Beba, Mitten Boys, PR2, Landon, and Papiaya, Matt Day, and that's it.
It's quite a list. Cannon Zabanek, great job in 2nd. But he's an experienced podium guy at Loretta's. We've seen you up here before. All right, Cannon, you can go hang out. Good job taking that number 2 spot. And it's Levi Geis taking 3rd. And we'll talk to him. And we're looking for a Stasek Hole Shot Award as well for Tucker Pavlovich. But let me get Levi up here for 3rd. All right, Levi. Oh, as I said, lots of battling, and this rider comes out with the bronze, Levi Geis. Dude, you were in a battle, huh?
Yeah.
Did it make it more fun to podium when you had to fight some guys off?
Yeah.
Who do you want to thank, Levi?
God up above, my mom, my dad, FXR Premium Goggles, JS Performance, Next Level, Troll Training, and that's it.
All right, let's hear it for Levi Geis. Bronze medal. Nice. That's good stuff right there, taking 3rd. One more award to hand out before we wrap up the final race of the day, and that is our Stasek Hole Shot. If we got Tucker, looking for Tucker Pavlovich, who grabbed the Stasek Hole Shot Award. Oh, there it is. Hey, in the 7 to 8 class, they want their Staseks. They actually would use those. So when we give a $100 gift card, you know mom and dad are pumped on that. Come on up. Last award of the day, Stasek Hole Shot Award. Let's hear it for Tucker. Yeah, Tucker. That was an awesome start. I saw you rip it there. How did you get that start?
When the gate dropped, I just hold it pinned.
It's good advice, everyone who's listening. Who do you want to thank, Tucker?
My mom and dad, P&R Companies, Junior Spinal Care, Risk Racing, 100%, and everybody else.
All right, let's hear it for Tucker with your Stasek Hole Shot Award.